crazy times, the world just needs a hero to help cut through all the noise.
Well, now you have two.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of your Heroes of Noise. I'm one half of this dynamic duo. My name is Steve.
Hey, what's going on? This is Dan. Welcome to episode 158, boys and girls. How's it going? Yay, 158, Steve. That's
Ladies
two less than 160. How's that for my math? Didn't even have to take off my shoes to do that one, bud.
And this is 2 days in a row we're recording, man.
I know. It's a rarity. I personally think I could do every single day. If I had the means and time to do it, I could do it every single day. If I didn't have to worry about all that other shit, I'd be here every day for you folks. I would. I swear to you, I would.
If you didn't have to worry about jobs
And financial security and insurance and stuff like that. So if
All
there's
that
anybody
bull
out
crap.
there, good morning to you. If you're listening to Heroes of Noise for the first time and you want to give two cats like us, comparable pay to what we're doing, we can talk about that. It doesn't need to be brought up here because that's tacky. Maybe you want to throw some benefits at us and then have us for your very selves to exploit and create magic throughout the potosphere. We're here for you. At least I am. I don't know about Steve, but I am.
Hey, so you're saying if you got the magic number, you would quit your job?
Fucking A, I would. Absolutely. I would.
Really?
I actually posted about this not too long ago. Posted one of them. I don't remember anymore, Steve. You know why?
You
I'm too busy.
Yeah, you posted it somewhere.
Oh, you saw it?
No, I'm just saying you posted it somewhere. It doesn't matter where. It's just somewhere.
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. Exactly. Yeah, I would. Absolutely. I like what I do and everything, man, but I love doing this. And if I could dedicate myself to doing this, I'd probably weigh 300 pounds. But other than that, that's just me personally. I'm not saying anyone else that does it full time. I'm talking about me personally.
Yeah.
But you would have a very merry 300-pound man behind the microphone, charming the shit out of you every day. Or
you'd be like a workout fanatic and come out looking like Kumail Nanjiani or something. I'll be like, oh, look at Dan.
I might be a workout fanatic.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I've had a lot of time to test that theory, Steve. I don't know if that'd be the case at all.
You did it at first.
I'm the kind of guy that I do find once I get into whatever it is that I'm trying to get into, particularly when it comes to not necessarily physical activity, but working out. I need 2 test runs. So in other words, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Let's say I go to the gym for the first time in a very long time. It's going to go down like this every single time. And I don't know why, it just does. I'll get there. I'll be like, fuck. I'll be sitting in the parking lot looking at that gym. Jim looking back at me.
Uh-huh.
I don't like you, Jim. Jim's like, I don't really like you either, man. But come on in. Let's see what we can do here. You know what I mean? Let's put some lettuce and cucumbers together and make a salad. That's what the gym told me, Steve.
Of course.
So I go in. And usually I'll head up to the cardio and I'll just sit there and I'll just watch all these beautiful people doing their thing. Because, the gym I go to, the one that you used to go to, it has a second level, right? So I'll do this cycle and I'll just be staring down at all this activity going on. And the very first time that I'm there, after a long time, I'm intimidated and I get tired quickly. So I'll usually my mind will tell me that I'm tired, but my body's not tired. But I'll usually listen to my mind because I'm a creature of habit and I'll be out. It's like, it's time to go. It's been 20 minutes. Let's go. You're crazy. Take off. Next day, maybe it's 30. And then third day, for some reason, it kicks in and I can be there for 3 hours. I don't understand why it works that way. My brain just does this.
But but your 3 days is better than none.
Yeah, but I got to get to that point. I'm not there right now.
But so wait, you're thinking about going back to that gym?
Well, yeah, because we've got these new CDC guidelines, bud. I was going to talk to you about that.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm curious what your thoughts are before. My thoughts are that, yeah, I probably will start, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna start to
venture out.
No. I've already been adventuring out, but I'm gonna try and start to, embrace. I'll use that. It's not the word I was looking for, but I'm gonna try and embrace the new CDC guidelines now to some degree.
Okay.
To some degree, but I'm still kind of on the fence about things, and I'm curious where you're at right now. But my point was being that, I think now that the guidelines are lifted. For the most part, for people, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've been living under a rock for the last 24 hours. CDC guidelines changed yesterday, and anyone that's vaccinated can now be anywhere, pretty much, and near anyone, for the most part. They said that some places are going to, some indoor places, perhaps indoor concerts and things like that, they're still going to implement masks. But I don't know exactly how that's all going to go down, because now it seems like without reading all the guidelines and everything, that they've sort of put us on the honor system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
But according to Fauci, you can be, and Biden for that matter, you can be near someone with COVID. And I can attest to this, ladies and gentlemen, because I do it all the time. I'm not giving you advice. I'm just saying, as a healthcare worker, I have been lucky, or the vaccine has been successful so far. But that's not for me to tell you what to do. I'm just saying, for me personally, I think that I have been a little more lax with the mask situation. I have been feeling a little bit more comfortable as I make my way back into society. But I think it's just going to take a little bit of, it's going to take like growing pains to get back to where we were. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
Because I totally respect if people aren't comfortable right now and they want to continue to wear their masks until whatever it is, like someone like yourself, until it feels right to you. For me, I think I'm just going to kind of go situation to situation. It's going to put me into a situation where I'm going to be judging people visually or audibly to get where, like, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like if you walk into, I don't know, a bar or a club or something like that, and everyone seems to be pretty chill, I think I might be kind of comfortable with it. But if I walk into a place and the first thing I hear about is like, Sleepy Joe or some shit like that, chances are I'm probably not going to, probably I wouldn't be there anyway, but I'm certainly going to wear a mask.
I can understand that.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So what are you going to do? Are you just going to keep on wearing the mask all the time?
Forever.
You had mentioned this before, so.
Yeah, forever.
Doesn't matter what.
Now, mind you,
CDC says, hey, you know what, asshole? Stop wearing the mask. What do you do?
I'm still wearing a mask. Because it's not even just for COVID. It's going to be like, I didn't know cold, no anything. Like I thought about things other than COVID, and I was like, I didn't even get a cold. I got nothing. And I think I'm just going to keep wearing it. Even they're like, well, it only lowers your percent. If no one else is wearing it, it lowers it like 20%. I'm like, I'll take that 20% that I don't get a cold. I'm good. And I'm not around people a lot anyway. And like in Asian countries, you see it. They're like, yeah, we've been wearing a mask a long time. Because like someone showed that GIF of what it looks like when someone's talking to you, the spittle. And they're like, yeah, this is going back to normal. I'm like, yeah, I'm never doing that again.
That's a good point that you mentioned that, because it's been at least a year until someone's talked to me and spit in my face while they're talking.
Exactly. I don't smell breath anymore.
Oh, I smell breath.
Through the
breath.
mask.
You can't fight breath, dude. N95s do not fight breath.
I don't even smell breath anymore, dude. And the fun thing is, the good thing, like this last weekend, my mom and dad and I got together for the first time in like a year and a half or a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it was really nice. And I got to, I've seen the pooches. I go over there and visit the pooches, but I haven't gotten to see them. And it was fun just being in the house. I gave my mom a hug, and Padre, we were just talking about, whatever, but it was nice to be, but it wasn't, other people are having this like cathartic experience where they're like breaking down and on their knees being like, I haven't seen you. And so
calm down.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have that. I kind of just was like, because I had seen mom and dad, because we would just visit each other, social distancing outside. I realized that outside isn't so different from inside. It was like, I was like, we've seen each other.
There you are over there.
Exactly.
Now you're right here.
So when I got inside, I kind of sat down. I was like, hey, got the new couches, huh? Yeah. Hey, feel comfortable. Yeah, they were good. Yeah.
Then there was like this moment of silence, and y'all went,
okay.
You want to go outside? Yeah,
exactly.
Let's go outside.
Like, yeah, what are we
We're
doing?
more comfortable there.
Legit, I went outside to play with the dogs almost immediately.
Well, nice seeing you.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, it wasn't. And now I can understand for people who haven't seen their, family in like a few years, or they live out of town. But for me, it was cool I got to, check out the new couches I had never seen before and all that stuff. But everything was pretty much only thing it really, and I knew this from before, but it made me want a den, or what they call a family room now, I guess. I was like, you know what? I want a family room.
You just have one room in your house, right?
Bingo. I have the living room.
Living space.
Yes. They have living room den.
Yeah, that's the situation I'm in right now. And I've always had the other. So that's why I've been hating this house for so long. There's not enough room here. That's when you're like, it's a nice house. Yeah, but it's not the house that I need, where I need that separate room. And I think now you appreciate that, right? You know why the second room is necessary. I want
to see, I'm debating in my brain, like, if you're going to, like, when people were like, I don't want to be too picky about a house. I said, you're paying upwards of $200,000 for something. It better be perfect. It better be. Don't say, I don't want to be picky. Yes, you do. Or just don't get it.
Yes, you do, sir.
You do. Oh, I'm not tripping on this. Yes, you're buying something for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Come on now. Face it already.
If anything is going to be picky, if you're going to be picky about anything,
you should be picky about that.
Bingo. And so I'm like being way more, I don't know if I want I like the look of a study, but when I really think about what I would do, I would never be there. I
don't even think it's really for the study is just for pictures. Hi, I'm Steve Hudson, that kind of thing. Or like, hey, Maj, like if the whole family's there, maybe Maj is back in town or something like that. The whole family's in the other room. What are we calling that room? The den?
The den.
Okay, so let's say they're all in the den. You're like, Maj, yeah, what's up, Dad? Hey, a couple things I want to run by you real quick. Maybe you're not happy with them, or maybe you have some plans for them. Maybe you're gonna throw some money at him or something like that. You're like, can I see you in the study for just a moment? That seems more official, right?
Yes.
Maj, would you join me in the study? He'd be like, wow, this is important.
That does sound, but of course, if I got into the study, I have to wear that,
smoking jacket.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. I'd be low-key disappointed, actually, bro, if you didn't have a monocle, too. Maybe a cigar unlit. Maybe, and also a furless cat would be dope.
A furless cat would be a freaking minx.
Yeah.
That would be pretty dope.
Yeah. Or like a full-on, like a domesticated bobcat, hairless. We don't know why it's hairless. It just is.
Bobcats are bigger than I thought.
They are. They're massive.
A friend of mine that the squirrel leader showed me a picture of a bobcat on his land, and I said, "Is that a dog?" He's like, "No, it's a bobcat." I was like, "Jesus, man, it's a massive freaking." He's like, "Yeah, that's why I have to keep Penny or his dog in the kennel." He's like, "Because if he'll think that I can, I can mess with this thing."
Thanks for the breakfast.
Exactly. And bobcats are like, oh, you didn't get the memo. They'll be like, boy, come down the street snapping his fingers with his gang and be like, yeah, we're just going to kill this dog. And I did not know that they were that large, man. And they're all over the place. That I also did not know. They are adorable, though.
I saw a great video on TikTok the other day where it's like like your home security camera.
Affirmative.
So it's like the camera that's facing out from your garage, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy walks out, he's like, good morning, saying something. He's in a very pleasant mood. And he walks out, his family's walking out.
Is it that cat attack?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You see them all get ready to do their thing, and then you just hear, and dude has a cat on him. Uh-huh. He's running with the cat. Mm-hmm. I'll fucking shoot it.
That is insane.
So hilarious.
And the scary part is, like, you've been scratched by a cat, I imagine.
Yeah. That's why I don't have cats.
Bingo, G. That's why when you look at, rest in peace, Siegfried and Roy, why people were shocked that the cat went loco. I'm like, dude, I used to pet cats that I pet all the time, and just one day I pet them wrong, and they went bonkers and scratched me up. You don't think that's going to happen to a tiger who isn't naturally riding bikes? Yes, it's going to happen, G. So, and I could not imagine being up there I couldn't imagine being in the audience with a tiger show going on. I'm like, what are we doing? This is a killer, like not 20 feet away from me. And they're just like, yay, it's juggling.
What about at circuses when people let their kids go and play with the animal tamer or there's just wild animals in the vicinity, stupid, and they're like, hey, I paid $25 extra so my kid can ride in a carriage with these things.
Gee, I don't understand. Now, I get petting zoos. That I understand. I'm on the fence on them. But I get why. I get when I was a young lad, that's what actually made me just fall in love with animals. When I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much more amazing in person. Mainly it was goats. But I was like, because that's like the big petting zoo thing is a bunch of goats. But I was like,
just eating your polo shirt. Isn't this charming?
And they were just, oh, you want to feed the goat? And when they chew it, I was like, oh, I love animals. And so later on in life, it was a lot easier to, be like, I don't think that they should be riding bikes and juggling and then getting whipped if they do a naturally animalistic thing. But yeah. Oh, another thing. Damn. So I'm looking at houses. And I've noticed
doing this a lot these days, by the way.
Yes. And I noticed that some pamphlets, and it's more of the pamphlets of folks, I'm like, they caught my eye. I noticed that master bedroom is not a thing anymore, really. It is a thing among a lot of real estate agents, but some real estate agents change.
They're changing the name of it?
Uh-huh.
That's good.
I didn't even realize. I was
never
like,
cared
what?
for that. That's the master's quarters.
I didn't even put the two together. I was like,
No,
why would they change the master? I was like, oh!
Yeah. I've put the two together before, but almost in jest. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I would think that way, but at the same time, it's like, they're not thinking that way. And it's got to come from something.
How didn't I ever put that together?
Well, did you ever research it and see where?
No, I just was like master bedroom. And then I saw that real estate agents were changing it. And I said, someone researched this and was like, ooh, this is going to come. Like someone thought this is going to come back around, especially in the South. They're like, we're not going to call them. I think they call them the.
Now it's called the cracker room.
No, it's like, I think it's called like the main, which is easy. I'm like, oh, there's a million things you could call it. But they're like, yeah, where do you think master bedroom came? I said, oh.
Wow.
They're like, when they started naming these rooms, there was never a time they named them and you weren't enslaved for those who don't speak.
Hey, what would happen if I don't know how this would happen, but just work with me. You have just inherited a house in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't know what it is exactly, but you're like, you know what? I don't even like the South.
Yes.
But I got to go and check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Google Maps, whatever, but I'm going to go and check this out because I have to see it. I can't just look at it on the computer. Get there. It's beautiful, right? Freaking beautiful. Huge. Happens to be a plantation house. What do you do?
I'm burning it to the ground. I'm burning it and I'm selling the land.
You just burn everything down. Maybe sell it to like a Regal Theater.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or like a local, like, is there a dance troupe or a local music school that needs land? Like, is there anybody that I'd give them first dibs? And I'd also have the burning public. I'm like, how would you like to see one of these joints burned?
Yo, that would
Plantation.
be a huge thing on social media if you did that.
Oh, dude, they would.
I almost
love
want this to happen for you now so you can do this.
it. It would be great. I would make sure to get some of the ancestors of that plantation. Be like,
Sure.
you get to light that match.
Mm-hmm.
Burn this mug to the greasy.
To the fucking greasy. I like
And
it,
then-
Steve.
And then I'd go on my plane that I bought with the money for no reason and be like, well, I own a plane now.
Would you
Thanks
watch
to
the
this-
burning from overhead?
I would. I'd be like, can we hover? And they'd be like, we can't hover in planes. I'd say, oh, you guys should try that. You should
Steve
do
up there like, that looks amazing.
All right, Mr. Hudson. Can you hear me okay, sir?
I can't.
All right, we're just about to head over the site. You can see the smoke there. Is there anything you want to do? I do have this thing. You're not the first person to ever have this. Over. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right, good. It's weird because I sound like this, but you sound like that. But anyway, if you'd like, I did build this invention because you're not the first person to ever do this. It's not really an invention. Like, I'm sure there's a patent somewhere. But basically what I do is I use this bungee cord and I strap you to the side, the opposite side of the helicopter. You can actually urinate on the fire if you'd like.
I would love that.
Let's do it, buddy. Whip that golden thing. Holy moly, that's a big... Oh, sorry, we're now falling.
We're falling.
We're not falling. Hold on a second. There we go. Sorry, I had almost out of gas. I think I got to get the starter fixed or something. Maybe it's the alternator. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. But, yeah, go ahead, buddy. Whip it out.
Whip it out.
All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and fly out of here now. Thanks for all the comedic timing with that. Let's just land this motherfucker. That went nowhere.
You know, Steve, fantastic musician. Not so much on the improv, but that's okay.
No, I've never been one of the groundlings.
Jesus Christ, man. Work with me. I had you in a helicopter, nothing. You're like, oh, this is nice. Jackass. I try, folks. I do, but he's
He
no
does.
groundling.
He does.
He's
he
no
does.
groundling.
No. I'm telling you, dude, you should be a stand-up.
No, I couldn't do it. I don't like rejection, and not that I've really had much of it, but I don't know if I could stand a whole room turning on me.
Yeah?
You got to have some pretty thick skin for that, man. I don't think I have it. I'm just being honest.
I don't think most people have it. I think they only get it when they bomb the first time. Then they're like, oh, this is what it feels like. And you have to leave. You have to just come. Either you come back or you don't. If you come back after a bomb, that's, as far as, what I've heard is like, that's when you know you're a comic.
Yeah.
Because that first bomb is what's going to be like, you want some of that? You like a little of that?
That's running you through the comedic sieve. If you make it, and you're still on the top of that and you're not falling to the bottom, then you're probably a comedian. Otherwise, why would you want that? Why would anyone want that?
Well, my thing is, I don't understand. Like some of these comedians, they so love the craft that they'll like do it at like a Chinese restaurant where people are eating and not paying attention to them. And I'm like, that's when you just love the craft. You just love it. You have to get up on stage.
You guys ready to have some chow fun?
That was good, Dan. You really need to do this for a living.
There's my friend Melissa in the audience tonight. She's a big fan of MGK, ladies and gentlemen. But Melissa, how's the MSG doing?
Wow. That's actually not bad.
It's not great. But
It
this is how you bomb, though, right?
No, here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
The older people would have laughed at that.
I got jokes for the old folks.
Oh, wait, they wouldn't have known what MDK was. Never mind.
That's true.
Kind of split the crowd.
Be like, what is MGK? What did you say? I don't know why we're suddenly got two old Jewish people.
I was thinking about that. I was like, every old person is that.
Oh, no, just that was, though. You know what? There's a lot of people. My place, Steve, my Chinese restaurant, very diverse.
I have not been to a Chinese restaurant in a very long time.
There used to be this place. Have you ever had a place you go to and you're like Norm from Cheers? They know you when you walk in.
Absolutely.
What was your place?
Chipotle.
I'm not talking about Mike behind the cash register, bro.
Starbucks.
You work with me, Steve. Restaurants or someplace where hello, Mr. Hudson. Starbucks. Hey, there you are. What's up, caramel macchiato? There he is every day at 10.
Not a restaurant. I would, unfortunately, it would be like Enterprise. They knew my name and knew me and would be like, they knew me really well for a while. But other than that, not really.
I had a Chinese restaurant. It's called Wang's Panda. Locally, folks, Shields and Maroa by the train tracks. Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
I know where that is.
And they had magnificent food. They had this shrimp toast that was to fucking die for.
Shrimp toast?
Shrimp toast. Yes, that's what I said. What? What is this? They go, try this out, Mr. Ramirez. Because they did. They called me that. I couldn't believe it. I had my whole family coming over there. I think it's because I just liked that place so much that for a while, like when we first got married, it would be like her family and my family, including grandparents and stuff. We'd all meet at this place and like sit in like the banquet hall area.
Uh-huh.
So I was bringing a lot of money to the joint because we were eating there all the time. Okay. And I actually got a Mr. Ramirez when I walked in one time. Hello, Mr. Ramirez. I was like, damn, this is my spot right here. No one else is calling me Mr. Ramirez around here. And then they closed down.
Oh, no.
I mean, not like the next day.
But still, I would have liked to try that place.
I would have taken you over there and be like, Mr. Ramirez, who's this man? Be like, don't worry about him. Just give him some shrimp toast.
I like how you say, who's this man? Be like, yeah, that's a man right there, baby.
Who's this specimen?
Man.
Look at this tall, dark, and handsome young man. You know what? I don't care what you're having, sir. I'll have some of you. That's what they'd say.
Of course they would.
They would. This is whole new meaning to Wang's Panda.
Oh, nice. And also, that sounds like they couldn't decide on a name, and they just split the difference between the two people arguing. One person wanted to do, because Wang's
I want my last name, but I want a panda.
Wang's Panda.
Yeah.
It makes that name makes zero sense, bro. Then again, neither does Panda Express.
Not to like, just completely focus on like the Asian restaurants, but there are a lot of them like that. There's like, and I'm sure there's some kind of reason for it, but then there's like the pho places. There's pho 99, pho 97, pho 76. I don't understand.
What's the other one that's really clever? Oh, I forgot it. I saw it it's in Fresno, and they have the most clever freaking name. It wasn't like forget about it. Was something like that though. And I was like, oh, that's really clever. I kept driving, but I was like, hey, I see what you did there. But there's just too many pho places now. I
would like to have a pho restaurant with Australian cuisine kind of fused into it,
Uh-huh.
And I would call it Phomunda.
Phomunda.
Never mind, Steve. Let's just move along. Someone got that, right? You're welcome.
Phomunda?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
That's probably, what? Today's not the day to learn. So it's okay. Let's move on.
Huh.
Please don't make me break down the joke. That's just insulting.
I did not. I'm very interested because I think people on the other side of the.
Did you go jogging today?
I did not.
You didn't.
I did yesterday in really hot weather. I don't think it's safe.
So then you probably had some Phomunda. It's kind of like duck butter, Steve.
I've never heard that word before.
That's okay. Let's move along, please.
Is that an Australian thing?
No. Let's move along, please. Jesus Christ! I can't improv. I can't talk about Lady Gaga.
I mean, probably
how does the
everyone's
show work? I don't understand how the show works.
I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna write in being like, "You don't know what that is." And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Phomunda cheese, Steve. Come on, man.
I've never heard of that.
It's cheese under your balls, Steve, when you're dirty.
Jesus.
Well, see, now I had to say it because you fucking wouldn't go and
Good
Google
Lord, man.
it. Hey,
I've only heard that. I've only heard it.
what do you call it?
I've heard it called swamp booty. That's it.
Yeah, but see, now you are actually incorporating. This is gross. I don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah, we probably. Okay,
But now
I
you
get
have a
it.
fusion of front and back. And mid.
I got that.
I'm talking about mid and above.
Gee, I've never had that. It's
No,
always
that is
all
a
over.
fucking lie. I don't know if it's cheese, but every guy has that.
No, I'm saying, but for me, it's all.
This is
It's
disgusting.
never
Okay, I'm
just-
grossing myself out. Let's talk about something else. I can just picture some of our great women friends that listen to the show, faithfully, and we're letting them down, and it's my fault.
Well, I will say this: people don't. I'm glad that I have people like Adam Templeman to, hit up, because people don't tell you the downside of exercising in the heat, and it's stuff like you just explained, and they're not real with it. There's also like nipple chafing, thigh chafing, like all these things. They're like, yeah, your toenails turn black too. I'm like, well, thank you for telling me that. Now that my toenails are black, it's like I did not know that. He's like, yeah, it's runner's toenail, and then he says, here's what I do: I just I get a needle and I poke a hole in my toenail and
Adam.
let it seep out. And I was like, oh, I could try that. And it didn't go well.
Adam, you Canadian madman, stop sticking your toenails with pins.
That's a G, man.
Gee, for good God, that's crazy.
No, that's some old Rambo stuff. Me, I just have bloodshot toenails now. He was like, oh, wrong again, buddy. I poke him out, let the blood come out. Next. I'm like, yeah, G, I can't do that, man.
Mm-mm.
That's G'd up, G. Now, the nipple thing, there's nothing you could do except put paste over your nipples. That's about it.
Do you put paste on your nipples, Steve?
No, I just hurt. It just pain. I haven't bled.
I think you should run topless with pasties.
I think I am going to run topless from now on.
With pasties.
With pasties, it's not going to happen.
And tassels.
Here's the thing. If I run topless, I won't have nipple chasing.
Well, yeah, but still, you should have the pasties, though, with the little tassels.
So people can throw dollars at me?
Yeah. Come on, man.
Oh, gee, check this out. So what is your, okay, hypothetically, if you're, well, no, I think she does go. So your wife goes to the gym. Okay. What does she wear to the gym, Dan?
Yeah, just your standard. She's not there for any of that. Probably just a t-shirt and some yoga pants.
Ha! Ha!
Okay.
I didn't know I was going to get so excited about
Yeah,
that.
you know.
I
Go into a
surprised
gym. Don't you be saying "ha ha" like every fucking 3 feet. But go on.
I actually do say that when I haven't seen someone at the gym for a long time and they walk in. I will stop my workout to be like, ha ha, where you been? Like, oh, I've been, my dog died. I'm like, well.
Dude's just trying to talk his wife or girlfriend into going into the gym for the first time. Babe, it's cool. I don't like those places. There's just so much attitude and testosterone in there. Babe, I love this place. It's great. It's like family in here. It's mellow. You're going to have a good time. 3 seconds in.
Gee, it's so funny because me and my boy, when he walked in, we would scream at each other at like when he walked in, we would just yell at each other. And it was no big deal. But I'm now thinking about it. People that came in there for the first time, they probably were like, what is happening right now?
And you're also a grunter yeller guy.
I am. Yep.
Is that the sound you make?
No, I probably, yeah. About like if I'm about to hit him, I'd be like, good.
It's like you're about to do a karate chop or something right there.
Feels good, man. Well, when it's empty. Now they close at 11, so I can't. I'm gonna start going again though. Just for chest day. I'm gonna start going.
Yeah, I was mean to tell you. I saw you the other day. You might want to start hitting up the gym.
Hey, man.
You
need to just calm down. I've never had my stomach look like this before. Looks beautiful.
Oh, never mind. I almost said something.
Yeah, just calm down.
This is a family show.
Exactly, Dan.
I won't.
But so what was I even saying? Oh, okay. So yoga pants. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking to Belle. She wears yoga pants, and I was like, I don't like that. I didn't say I didn't like it. I said, well, that's interesting. And she took it as, I know what that means coming from you.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of, okay. Just fucking say it. Speak your mind, Steve.
I just was like, that's interesting. And so I said, I'm going to buy some joggers. And she's like, all right. And I was like, and I'm going to wear those jogging. Not joggers, like yoga pants for
You're
men.
talking about them short-ass jogger shorts?
No, like the long, skin-tight jogging tights that men wear.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna wear those.
Uh-huh.
And she said, no. I said, what are you talking about? No. What's good for you is good for your bidoy. And she's like, yeah, I guess, I can't tell you not to, but I'd feel really uncomfortable about that.
Why?
Because of my Johnson, B.
I mean, I know where this is going, but come
Yes.
on. Are you two like 15 years old?
Gee,
Stop it. You're two
Listen.
grown-ass people.
Uh-huh.
You have made the conscious decision to shack up and have a relationship, whatever you want to call it. A ceremony, all of that stuff's coming. Moving in, going to Hawaii, putting the kids in college and stuff. Stop with the teenage jealousy already. It's ridiculous. Seriously. It's dumb. I'm just being honest with Melissa. You listen to me? It's dumb.
Here's what I'm going to say.
I'm going to say it right now. You're both just jealous little kids. I love you both. Jealous.
Oh, yeah, you met her.
Yeah. Instantly loved her. But you know what? She's jealous just like you.
I mean, listen.
I'm just fucking with you.
I will say this. I've never had a gym. I did, but she wore shorts.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never had a gym person that does the yoga pants thing. This is brand new for me. So my ex wore
Everyone's
shorts.
wearing them though, Steve.
I know it's a thing.
What's the big deal?
I don't know. It's weird. Not weird for them to wear it.
And more importantly, why would you care if she had them on?
Okay, here's the thing, because I think
I'm not letting you get by this one. I'm not liking your attitude right now.
I don't like. There's a dude at her gym that I just don't dig.
Mm-hmm.
I almost went up there.
Like, dude went up and said, "Hi, how you doing?" And you're like, "What the hell?"
No, like he's one of the dudes that are always there, and I was gonna take a drive up there and check him, but she was like, "No, don't, no." I'm like, "All right."
I would love to see Steve Hudson check someone, but go on.
I was like, I need to go talk to that dude, and she's like, "No, don't make a big deal out of it." And I was like, "I think he's looking at you."
Uh-huh.
I have no proof of it.
Is he looking at her when she walks by, or pardon the term?
Oh, I have no idea. I've never seen him in person.
What are you doing?
I know. I'm telling you.
What are you fucking doing, dude? Ladies, do you hear this? Seriously. Someone send an email in. I'm thinking of two people in particular, and I don't even need to say your names. You know who I'm talking to.
I wasn't gonna make a big not whatever. I was just gonna pull him to the side.
Hey man, I noticed you got eyes and you're staring at my girl. They can't be having that.
No, I would have just been like, keep it down. I don't even know if he looks at her.
I need you to keep your eyes down. What is she, Prince? Now people can't. They
know.
have to look down when she walks by.
No, but he's kind of creepy, G. He
Creepy how?
Like he'll post pictures online,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a few too many.
What do you mean, of himself?
Of like there's a few too many of Belle, and I'm like,
Oh, so like he's posing, but like she's in the background.
no, like he's taking a picture of everyone working out, but it seems that she's in every picture.
Okay, now I don't. Never mind.
I'm about to be like, listen, G. Listen.
Well, okay, screw it. I'm going to. It's a podcast. Let's make it interesting. Oh God, she's gonna hate me. Why is Belle in every picture, Steve? Belle can't get away. She can't walk away.
That's it. Like she'll be doing not a squat, but she'll like be exercising with a girl because he is in charge. So he's trying to like publicize his building.
Oh, so is he like a trainer?
Yeah.
I see where this is going. Yeah, it all equates to you being jealous, Steve. That's it.
I know. Oh, totally. I know that I need to get out of myself and it's nothing but my ego. No question. And then it has to go a step further. What if well, you don't want to go here normally, but you have to go to hypothetically, if you're jealous, what if your person is in fact cheating on you? A, you can do nothing until you find out. And B, after you find out, you have to run through the emotions, feel them all the way through, and then you have to let it go. But there's no point on worrying about it before and after it's happened. No point in it at all. So I need to get out of my brain. That's all. And I'm working on it. I'm meditating and I'm working on it.
I'm just trying to figure out where in your brain, where this goes, where having pictures with a trainer, with other people in the pictures, even orbits the area of cheating. I'm not saying that you're saying she's cheating or he wants to cheat. I'm saying, how do you put those two things together? Who hurt you, Steve?
I had to go to they're like, first of all, you have to do like, you have to get to the bottom of what you're feeling. Like, I don't like this. Why? Because I think he's paying too much attention. Why? Because I think he thinks he's pretty. Why? Because I think maybe they'll end up, you'll think you're going to end up cheating. Yeah, but still, why? Because then that will hurt my feelings. Okay, now you're there.
Here's a big why.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with this dude?
And the thing is, I'm not anymore.
I don't know. Talking about it on a podcast.
Once I got to the because the thing was the yoga pants. Like, I was like, what's the deal with the yoga pants thing? I just didn't understand that. And I was like, well, then I'm going to wear yoga pants to run. And it was just like, no.
Please wear yoga pants to run.
Gee, I almost did it. Because I also found out in those tight running pants, they're like, there's a reason the runners wear that. And it's because it stops chafing.
Yeah.
I had no idea. It's like, I thought they were just running in those to show off their physique.
Okay, here's a thought, weirdo. Don't you think it works the opposite direction with women?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so what's the big deal? You're a weirdo, Steve.
I am very much. Dude, that's what I'm saying. There's no question that it's something that I have to meditate on every day to find out what's going on there.
You don't have to meditate. Just stop being a weirdo.
No, you have to meditate.
Whatever.
Everyone, because jealousy is a pointless. And everyone that gets jealous, which is 90% of the people, it's a pointless feeling.
I don't think it's 90% of the people.
Oh, my friend. Everyone gets jealous at some point about something. And that should never happen.
But not trivial shit like yoga pants.
Jealousy is jealousy. Your brain doesn't know that feeling is its feeling. And you should never have that feeling. So my goal is to just eliminate jealousy altogether.
I think you got it a little bit worse than some. I don't see life the way you see it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like,
but
here's
I
an
don't.
example. Here's an example.
Yeah.
Like, I think that in your situation that you're telling me, you should be like, if she is wearing yoga pants and she feels sexy, and it's also possibly or not even necessarily sexy, she just feels good about herself. Maybe she's using the pants like you were just explaining for it keeps things in place, and you're more comfortable when you work out, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're concerned that people are checking out what she's got to offer, if they're not doing anything, I think it's okay to, like, I don't think people should gawk, and I don't think people should stare, right? Because that's just creepy. Or follow someone, or how like women now have to unfortunately put their
absolutely.
They put the camera in the back pocket to see people, to call people out, right? See, that's creepy. I get it. But at the same time, I think it's okay to appreciate beauty when something walks by. Women do it, men do it. You don't have to be tacky. You don't have to catcall or anything. Just, there's a lovely human being. Then you just keep going. And that's okay. Because if she falls into that category, and if she does, then you should be proud.
No, totally. And I think it also depends on, I need to stop talking to it with certain people, because they'll just be like, I called the wrong person.
Those are work buddies, right?
No, it's like
squirrel leaders and such.
Like homies will be like, oh yeah, man, you need to go over there and, check that dude. I'm like, oh yeah, and I was like, I got to be careful with who I tell this to.
Yeah. And on top of that, I don't even think that you really, I get it. Sometimes you may have to come across a situation like that. Okay. I guess what I'm saying is that type of attitude that you have about maybe having to go over and check somebody or something like that, right, is a 100% contradiction to the life you are trying to lead now.
Bingo.
Sitting in an office, reading books and shit about your inner self and how you're going to improve.
Bingo. You
can't have this other guy talking about, hey man, she's wearing yoga pants. I can't be having that shit.
Yes. That's what my sister was just like.
Yeah.
We talked about it for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And she made sense within the 3 minutes. She's like, that's not you.
Yeah. Then, I'm certainly not saying this is what you are, but having that and not fixing that makes you a walking contradiction.
Absolutely. And I think the thing that helped with Portia, she's like, I totally get why you feel that way. I'm like, oh, good. It's ridiculous. I'm like, okay. So she's like, hey, I get it. Yeah. But that is a ridiculous way to think. But I understand why you think that, because that's how people, it may not be the woman, it may not be the yoga pants, but there's always a thing that it makes you feel a certain way, and you got to just get over that. And again, it's like the more you get to the heart of the feeling, the better I feel about it. Like now, until this podcast, I hadn't thought about it. Now, it's not going to seem like that long, but I hadn't thought about it in about 7 days. That's not long at all. You know what I'm saying? It's 7 days. But it's like before it used to be a daily thing because she goes twice a day. But now it's like I hadn't thought about it in 7 days. And I was like, oh, that's now other things take up that space. Like you may be thinking about a book you just read or this. Something takes up that space.
Yeah.
But
You're
at
like,
least
why is she
it's
doing her
not
hair
that.
now? What's going on there? Look at her. Look at her brushing her teeth and going outside.
I don't
Trollop. What a trollop.
It's so funny because it's like now it's I'm just proud of her going twice. I couldn't go to the gym twice a day. I could. Everyone could. But I don't see myself ever
When was I going to the gym twice a day?
Twice a day.
I was going twice a day in, I want to say it was like 2018.
Oh, that's good, dude. That's recent.
Whenever Video Palace came out, because I remember on my second visit to the gym, I discovered Video Palace.
Twice a day. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know how you had 4
It's all
hours
cardio.
a day.
It was cardio and a little bit of light weightlifting. I like to talk about the elements, but I got joint problems that keeps me from lifting heavy weight. So it's always been like a cardio thing.
Well, no, that's smart.
Maybe I'll take a Zumba class one day, Steve.
Oh, I'm speaking of classes. I'm taking a free Muay Thai to see if I like it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Where's this at?
It's I don't forgot the name of it, but it's ran by a champion. I Googled him and I looked up his YouTube videos and I'm like, that dude seems dangerous, but he has he's a small dude, but you look at him in the ring, you're like, Jesus. But yeah, it's either like you have two free classes, and then you have to find out, do you want to, is this a thing? Cause they're like within 2 classes, you will know if this is a thing you really want to do, or if you just are like, no, I'm good. So,
Is Muay Thai is not like MMA, right?
no,
I
it's
didn't think
like,
so.
no, it's like the Thailand where they use your knees, the elbows, the shins.
They're into cracking bones.
Dude, they're dangerous people, Jason.
Well, the difference between that, you might end up with a cracked joint or two, but you won't have like cauliflower ear and stuff like that.
You will not, but you got to be careful because you're like, you elbow somebody in the nose, you could do some serious, like this is not something we used in like your normal average street fight.
That's how I get down regularly, Steve. That's why people don't fuck with me. You know what I mean?
Is that what it is, G?
That's what it is. They know.
I mean, I've been heard. I know that you're a Dan the Killer Ramirez. I've heard your stories.
Killa AH, Steve. I changed it 2 years ago. Okay.
Killer Ramirez.
Okay. It cost me $50 to do that on paper.
Is that right?
That's how real I am, Steve.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But y'all haven't met Dan. Oh, you have because you went to the thing.
Yeah. So they know this is all bullshit.
No, I'm about to
It's
say you
all
haven't met him in
bullshit.
person. He's dangerous. I
You
was
know,
about to say
Dan,
y'all
that
haven't met him.
Little smiley drunk guy. Yeah.
Dude, look.
Oh, no. Make no mistake. I was the smiley drunk guy in Chicago.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
I felt great the entire time. Can't wait to go back. CDC says it's okay. Can't go this year, but I'll maybe go next year.
Dude, you're going to have a blast.
Dude, I don't know what they're going to do about this now because now they said, well, let's go ahead and just have C2E2 in December. Okay, first of all, it just doesn't work for me because, Christmas, I got a daughter coming back from college, so I won't be doing that. But they had a really good time where I think it started off maybe in March. March is a really good time to go.
Uh-huh.
And then it moved to February. So if it's staying in February, I don't see how that can be the case if it's in December. It's not like they're going to have another C2E2 3 months later,
That is weird.
or 2 months later.
Yeah.
So I hope that they can get things back on track where I can go and join these people again. It won't be this year. And I don't know if it's around Christmas time all the time. I don't know if I'll be able to go.
I really want to go.
I don't believe you.
I really want to go.
I don't believe that shit for a second. I really don't. Because,
Right.
people that really want to go places, go.
I really want to go to the moon.
Do you? What are you, Dogecoin now?
Oh, Lord.
You like that? See how I keep working it in?
That's what she said.
I'm not going to laugh at that one, Steve. I don't know. I think you've done better work. Like if we've obviously let this back. Steve, for the longest time, I was like not with the that's what she said joke.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You would say it and I would quite frankly roll my eyes and go along with it.
Of course.
And then at some point I started to embrace it.
Uh-huh.
And now it's part of my, like I have to actually not say it sometimes at work. If a patient says something, like if I'm working with Faya, because she is a big that's what she said person too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what happened is I was working with two people that really, really liked that joke. And somehow I just went,
So
okay, I'm going to
funny.
go with it. Whatever.
It's so funny.
And now I love it. Other people hate it. I love it. But I think that if we're going to use it, we have to be smart with it. We can't just. We have to be responsible. We can't just throw
write
these.
in saying that was smart.
That one was not great.
It was really good.
I'm just telling you because I'm your friend.
I believe it.
It's not great. You
I'm
can
just letting
do
you know
better.
It's bomb. I mean, I'm always can do better. One can always improve oneself.
Yeah.
However,
That's
that
what
was
she
good.
said to you.
Oh Jesus!
I know
Now
it didn't
see,
work.
you made mine
That
look
didn't work.
really good.
It did, see, but I
You
will
were
admit
like
it.
that was a real. Never mind.
I'll admit
Steve's
it.
was
I
excellent.
bailed out like 2/3 of the way through the sentence.
Whew. Oh my goodness, Dan! You want to play a game?
Fucking A, I do, Steve.
Which one do you want to do? Do you want to do the music one, or do you want to do the battle royale?
We got a battle royale. We have
Or
a
do you
music
wanna-
one.
Yes.
I like both of these things. Do we have time for both?
Yes, we do.
Then let's rock and roll, man. Surprise me.
All right, here we go. So, Kevin Shanks on Twitter,
Shanks.
he took time away from his genius to tweet me some silliness, and they polled people throughout the United States to find out what percentage of them think they could beat up different animals. And I'm going to see if you can guess.
This sounds
what
like it's more of a game for you, dude. I don't think this is. This sounds 100% directed to you. I don't fight animals. You're an animal fighter.
But I know, but I wouldn't know what people thought. You're a normal.
I just kind of feel like if you do this, that he's going to be like, oh, okay. Well, I was kind of hoping for Steve's answers.
No, that's not true.
Because I'm not the animal fighter guy.
I know, but you could get, as a normie who doesn't want to fight animals, you could guess what other normies would be thinking.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right.
I'd be like, oh, everybody thinks they could beat that. And they'd be like, no one thinks they could beat that.
Okay. Let's
All right,
see
here we
what
go.
happens.
What percentage of men, I'm going to go men and then I'm going to do it. What percentage of men or women think that they could beat a medium-sized dog? First do men.
Oh, that's easy.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go with like, oh man, it seems like it should be a higher number.
A medium-sized dog going full bore.
I'm going to go 48%. I think it should be higher, but I'm going to go with 48%.
And for women?
Oh, 15 to 20.
39,
Not so much because they can't do it. It's just because they're more rational than assholes like us.
39% of women think they could beat a
Really?
medium-sized dog.
Well, I guess, in a pinch, if you need to beat the dog up. Maybe I'm looking at it that way. I think I'm looking at it through like the testosterone eyes. Like, yeah, I could fuck this dog up.
And this is unarmed.
It's unarmed and
Yes.
it's like an unwarranted attack. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little bit. Okay, so I can see that 39%. Seems like that's a low number, but 39% said they could handle it if they needed to.
30%, 39% of women.
Okay, that's different. How was I on the guys?
Men, 60%.
60%. See, I was actually going. I was really
went
feeling
low.
like it was going to be. Well, yeah, but I was also again seeing it through the machismo eyes. So now that I know what we're playing with,
Yeah, now you get it.
okay, I get it.
All right. How many men and women think that they could beat a rat? A good New York size rat.
Like a dog. I'm gonna go with 60%.
68% of women think they could beat one, and 76% of men think they could beat one.
Yeah, I'm still going low here. I'll get my bearings.
How about a goose, Dan?
Goose. Those are scary motherfuckers, man. You ever been out to Woodward Park? Them things will
I
chase
have.
you. They will chase you. However, they got a good kicking neck if you need to. So don't kick necks of geese. It's not good. Let's go with both men and women.
Yes. Separately. Yeah.
So it's gonna be two different scores.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I think that men with a goose, we're talking 75 to 80%.
Uh-huh.
And women, I think it's gonna be like 68 to 73%.
This one shocked me. Only 51% of women think they could beat a goose. And 70, you were right there on 71 with men.
Okay. Yeah.
I was shocked with the goose one.
I think geese scare people because they put their wings out and their neck gets all crazy and they start chasing after you. And there's really only one solution. You kick the neck.
That's it.
But the women don't want to kick the neck, and I understand that. I don't want to kick the neck. I would. I'd kick the shit out of that neck, Steve. If a goose is trying to kill my family, I'm kicking necks.
I would too. But I have a feeling my sheer demeanor would frighten the goose. I'd win off the jump.
I don't know. There's a lot about you that I think only you see, but I understand. It's
what about
more of a like you're more of a don't judge a book by its cover kind of guy. You know what I mean?
True. The inside is not as handsome as the outside. That's true. I feel you.
I'll go. You know what? I agree. I totally agree with that one, Steve.
What about elephant?
Oh Jesus! This is Steve Hudson territory right here. I fuck every elephant up and take the tusks and then put it in their butt and be like, "See, you brought it on yourself." I'm gonna go with guys. I think guys are still rational yet dumb, so I will go with. I think it's gonna be a lower number this time because they're still somewhat rational. I'm gonna go for men. It's gonna be like 20%.
Okay.
Because there's some asshole out there that says they can do it. Women, less than 10%.
Yes, you're right with women. And you, dude, with only 9% of men think they could be an elephant and 8% of women.
I was giving them credit because I think guys will just say stupid shit. But yeah, I thought, if anything, that's probably going to be what we've had so far. That's the lowest number.
That is,
and I'm not making excuses, like whatever. It's just a stupid game. But I think I'm going a little bit higher for the fun of the game. But maybe I should really try to really dial in for accuracy.
What about a king cobra, Dan?
My arch enemy.
I
think it's less than 10% for both.
Okay. It's 8% for women. 23% of men think they could beat a king cobra.
I've watched those videos.
That was like, what?
I can't dial in with guys for some reason. I don't know what's going on today.
23% of men think they can beat a king cobra.
Are you part of that 23%?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm
pretty sure we can go back and look into this and see.
I could not be unarmed.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They're spry, Dan.
What do you need? What would you need to take out a king cobra?
A gun.
A gun?
Or are you saying like bare minimum?
Yeah.
A machete.
That's what I would use.
A machete.
Machete.
Is it a spitting cobra?
If he is, he's getting 2 machete chops just for being a dick.
I wouldn't be close enough. It'd probably get me in the eyes and I'd scream.
Well, you got to go in with some good PPE, Steve.
Unarmed. I think PPE is armed.
Yeah, that's true.
No machete, so that we could be armed.
Machete's armed
yeah,
too.
True.
So just bare hands, 23%?
Come on, dude.
I'm not buying it.
Dude, men, I'm shocked that they went so high with king cobra. And so, no, I get the elephant. No, you're right.
Elephant, an elephant is like a building falling on you.
That is so, the elephant could just fall on you.
Yeah.
Like if I kick an elephant hard enough in his shin and he's like, ow, and he falls and I happen to be in the wrong place, he wins by default.
I like that the elephant said, ow.
Actually, he wins by the fall. You see what I just did there, Dan?
Yeah, I do.
Is there something in this drink I'm drinking? It is spirulina. I had never tasted this before.
What is that? What is spirulina?
It's actually like a seaweed sort of thing.
A seaweed sort of thing.
Yes.
Boy, you can really paint a picture.
Hey, look, listen.
Which one do you want me to do? Both? Look and listen?
Both.
Then turn on your camera.
You don't want to see.
Oh, I do, apparently.
No. Okay,
got them yoga
on.
pants on.
How about a crocodile, Dan?
Crocodile. Okay, so now this is interesting. Here, listen. This is interesting. Hear what I'm doing right there? Because you can tell I don't do a lot of manual labor by the sound of that. But anyway, I think that this is where we have this weird gray territory where people get a little more emboldened with animals. And I don't know why, being that this thing has been around since the time of the dinosaurs. But let's fuck with it. And I've seen crazy videos of people wrestling alligators.
As have I.
And then we got the whole Florida and Louisiana situation. Don't go up into that swamp over there. They got them crocodile, the gator over there going to get you. Now, it's okay, Bob. I'm going to get this gator, just wrap it over here. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to dump it in the boiling water and put it in and eat it with a cracker, dude. That's what they do. They don't care. You know? They don't give a fuck. I'm going to put some bay seasoning on that. I'm going to put it in the crocker. We'll make it with the gumbo, dude.
You know what that sounds like?
Who?
John Mulaney's iced tea impression.
We got to talk about John Mulaney, by the way, that son of a bitch. I got to know your thoughts on this one. Okay, let's get back to the alligators. Crocodiles, whatever. It's going to be a higher number for men, and it's going to be in the area of high 60s, low 70s.
8 and 10%.
Really?
Women and men, respectively.
It's.
I know.
The visual data would show us different numbers, right?
I'm shocked. When I read this, I was like, I am shocked by these numbers.
I am very shocked by that one because you see it all the time. People fucking with alligators on the golf course. There's an alligator on a golf course, dude. Guy just grabs it by the tail. I'm gonna sling it up into the swamp, dude.
It's so weird because I'm not gonna ask you this one, but the house cat, people are like, it's normal. It's around the king cobra that things start going. And I'm wondering if that's skewed. Once they have a king cobra in their brain, it skews I could take, these things are dangerous, and it just lowers, like, all the animals after that are super low because they're like, oh, wait a minute, these animals are dangerous. Like, check this out. 12% of women and 23% of men think that they can beat up a chimpanzee.
See, you didn't ask me that question, Steve. You're ruining the
I know, I don't, because I there's too many animals. I just wanted to be like, think about how weird that is, and then you go to a crocodile. They're like, oh, not a crocodile, though. I'm like, but a chimp.
What's the percentage again on the chimp?
23% of men or 22% of men and 12% of women think they could beat up a chimpanzee.
Versus an alligator?
Thank you!
I think it would be the opposite.
That's what I think.
Honestly, if pressed to do one of the two, which I don't want to do either of these things. Well, they would both have to take place on land, though, because if you add water into the situation, now this crocodile going to roll you, dude. I'm going to keep using the dude thing.
And if we add water to the chimp, he could just hold. I'm pretty sure they're capable of holding my face underwater. I'm going to go on a limb.
You know what's even more scary about the chimp? They're capable of biting your genitals off. For real.
That's cheating.
Remember that story in Bakersfield?
No.
There was a, whatever you want to call it, like a chimp rescue or something like that. You can go and see the chimps, apparently. And someone got a little too close to one, and a chimp went nuts. And it was a female chimp.
Went nuts?
I didn't even know. Decided I'm going to go nuts today. They're like, should I go legs, arms, hands? Nope, going nuts. Yep. This chimp bit off someone's crotch. So it's like genitals, like just gone.
I got a question for you, Dan.
Yeah, I don't like chimps.
Would you rather a chimp bite off your complete sack or bite one in half? Just a ball in half.
I mean, if I still have balls, then I will take the 1.5 balls. Because you can always throw a noodle in. Oh,
no, dude. I'm taking the whole sack on. Why? I don't want one of them. Because can you imagine the pain of one getting bit in half? A ball?
Versus balls just being gone?
Yes, I would rather the whole thing severed.
I'm keeping mine, dude.
But then they could reattach that joint.
I'm holding on to my bag, my original bag. And maybe how can they attach it if they've eaten your balls?
Oh, did he swallow that joint?
I don't think they went, ew. I'm pretty sure they ate it.
I would think that
like, ooh, I just bit your balls. I didn't even understand. I wish you would have held still. No, they were going for the balls, dude.
I know, but I think they did it and spit it out and looked at him.
How about
yes, that's what I'm feeling like.
That?
How about this joint?
How about
not
this?
Eating?
I just bit your balls off and spit them at your feet. What you gonna do?
And not a freaking thing.
Because
when you see them biceps though, what are you gonna do? I could have ripped them off. You got lucky. I could have ripped them off.
Do you think you could take a chimp?
No. Wait. How old is this chimp?
How old is we're not talking a baby chimp with diapers. We're talking a full-grown chimp. No. The answer is no, Steve. You could not do this.
Wait.
Okay.
A chimpanzee.
Yeah. One of the meanest fucking creatures on earth.
No, I couldn't take a chimp.
And they're even more deadly because they are that much closer to humans. So they're thinking a little bit differently. They can formulate plans and shit. They can plan attacks.
Yeah, I would definitely be hurt. Now, I will say it would be one of those things where he's barely walking away from the fight. but I would be defeated.
It would be the scene from The Revenant, but with a chimp with you.
Or it would be like the scene of like in Rocky where you barely get up in time for the bell. Like he'd barely get up in time. And they'd be like, all right, technically, Steve's down. I wouldn't be able to get up.
Because your balls would be gone.
Gee, that dude homeboy would be missing teeth for sure.
Why, your balls made of steel?
Gee, I'm talking about punching him, dog.
You're not going to punch a chimp.
Are you out of your mind?
That thing will jump. Okay, have you ever seen a chimp jump?
I have seen a chimp.
You can't jump like a chimp.
I wouldn't need to.
That thing would dive at you midair and just go for your face.
But
and
see,
you would cover your face because you don't want chimp teeth coming at you. Chimp's like, nah, psych, and just grabs your head, does a flip-flop, and bites off your jimmy.
why are you automatically thinking that all chimps go for the chimp?
I've read books, Steve.
They all
There's
go
a lot
for
of
the
hard
Jimmy
data
first.
out there.
I'm pretty sure that would make science books be like, there's a lot of dead chimps out here with no genitals. Apparently that's how they fight.
No, they saved that for the humans.
Okay.
This motherfucker took my mom in the jungle of Congo. I'm going to bite his balls off if I ever see him again.
That's fair.
And then like, oh, snap. Look, there he is. Now's your time. So then they got to go and do it. So that way they look good in front of their chimp friends.
And you know what's funny, dude? I think if you fight a chimp, and you walk away, even having been defeated, I don't think there's another human you would ever be afraid of.
Yeah, that's real.
You would walk away being like, what are you going to do? Bite me? Yeah, that's happened. What are you going to do?
Here's a question. You're going to have to fill in the blank on this part, okay?
Okay.
So let's just take a chimp, a full-grown chimp that's in a very bad mood.
Okay.
Would that chimp compare to any human being on Earth where you're like, I would rather fight this chimp than this human?
Not a person.
Yeah, I don't think
I
so
would
either.
fight any human being on the face of the planet. There's only one human being in his prime that I would worry about.
Tyson?
That's it. Only because I've seen what in slow motions what his punch did to bodies. And I was like, oh, that person's never going to be the same.
I'm drawing a blank. What was that homie's name? He's that big black dude that used to do all the backyard fighting.
Oh, Kimbo Slice?
Kimbo Slice, yeah. Who would you rather fight? Kimbo Slice or Tyson?
Oh, Kimbo. Because remember, he came to MMA and got destroyed.
Just wondering.
There's not an MMA person that could take a Tyson punch in his prime.
I know
not one.
He's dead now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so in his prime, would you have participated in a backyard fight for monetary purposes with Kimbo
Before
Slice?
a chimp or just because?
Just no chimps. There's no chimps.
Oh,
in
no,
the
I would
story.
not have. I would have not have done that. I saw him. He lumped up somebody so bad, G. That dude, man. I remember one time he lumped up somebody, and then afterwards he just put his fist into the camera and said, bread and meat, bread and meat. I'm like, man, that is a cat that is a killer.
He's got sayings. After he beats people up, he says
No,
things
that's
like
like a prison saying. Like, this is how I make, this is how I make my living. Eating
bread and meat. That's a prison thing?
Yeah, it's like,
I never heard that one
you get
before.
like three squares.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, bread and meat. I was like, dude, this dude is a dangerous individual. Like, as in, this is what I do on a daily basis. And me and my boy looked at each other, because this was like in, 2001, 2003 maybe. And we were in one of the MOBs watching this guy, and we looked at each other like, have you ever seen anything like this before? And he's like, no, I have never seen a person that just videotapes themselves beating the crap out of people in their backyards. And then saying, like, remember he did like 3 people in a row?
Yeah.
He beat up one dude, the other guy sat down. Beat up another guy, then the third dude he beat up. I was like, he's taking people lined up. And then he gets into MMA and doesn't last a day. Those guys, and Dana White, I hate him. I hate him, but Dana White, they're asking, like, what do you think about Kimbo Slice? He's like, I think he's the toughest dude at a barbecue. And do you know how right he was? He's like, yeah, he's the toughest guy on the street. If he comes to MMA, they will destroy him. And what did they do? They destroyed him.
Well, he didn't have any type of formal training, did he? He was just a brawler.
No. And so he went up against somebody that was not good, and the worst MMA person beat him, because they're like, yeah, this doesn't work on us, dude. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that doesn't work on us. These things you're doing, like when they take him to the ground, he's so tired, because they're like, yeah, he's never fought for more than a round. By the second round, he has no win.
Yeah, all this dude has to do is connect a couple times. But if you take him to the ground, that's a whole other story.
Game over.
Yeah.
Whereas with Tyson, if he went into MMA in his prime, hypothetically, people would be so scared of being hit by him that it would take them out of their game.
Could you imagine if young Tyson had MMA skills too?
Dude.
Oh my God, dude. That is probably more terrifying than anything we've talked about so far.
But I remember that one street fight he had because someone was like, yeah, you're tough in the ring. You're not tough outside the ring. And he took him out in the alley and made them stitch his eyes closed. That guy had to get his eyes stitched closed.
Jesus.
Because he was just like, and I'm talking about he had been drinking and everything. And dude was like, yeah, I thought so. You're not tough. And he's like, let's go in the alley right now. He got in the alley with his clothes on and stitched the dude's eyes shut. And then walked back into the club. I said, that is a dangerous human being. And now to hear him so zen, but it's almost like, wow, that it took him a while, but he's here now. It took him a while, but he's here now. He said he can't even work out anymore.
He found his path. Well, it's because he's growing weed in Barstow.
Yeah, he's like, if I work out, because remember when Rogan tried to show him some videos, he's like, I don't even want to see that. If I start working out, it clicks me into that mindset. I become that person again. I was like, Jesus.
He's like the fucking Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's like, I don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, please don't activate this beast in me.
He's like, I took so long to get away from that I don't even want to. And of course, Rogan's like, you don't want to kind of see. He's like, no. And he's the first one that shut Rogan up. He's like, Rogan started giggling and he's like, it's not funny. And Rogan stopped.
You're right. It's not funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen him do that. He's like, yeah, because you have a person on the other side of this table that can legitimately kill. But Rogan ain't a slouch, man.
Yeah, Rogan can hold his own. I think Rogan could take Tyson now.
I don't think so.
In the street fight, fisticuffs, probably not.
No. Yeah,
but if he takes him to the mat, Tyson's
maybe
done.
Yeah. But in a
Joe Rogan is no joke.
He is dangerous, but when Rogan has to give it him and says, I'm not messing with this guy. He looked at a video of him hitting the bag, and Rogan's like, do you understand how hard he's hitting that thing right now? Like he's hitting with at 50-something years old, he's hitting with the power of someone who kicks it. Those fists are kicks, man. And mind you, the only reason I watched it was because he was talking about Tyson. And I was like, well, when I watched the video, I'm like, this is a 50-something-year-old man, like almost as old as my mother. And he could punch a hole through my chest. I would take a chimp. I would probably take a chimp before. The only thing that the chimp has over Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson's not going to bite off my balls.
He might. Come on now.
He doesn't need to.
You know, he's done. He's
bit an ear.
He's bit an ear.
But if
ear, ball, it just depends on the location, man. I think Tyson would bite balls off.
He wouldn't need to. He'd hit me once, and as I'm convulsing on the ground, he'd be like, well, that's...
Didn't he tell someone that in like a press conference one time? I'm going to eat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
He did, huh? And I believe him. I think he wasn't like, I'm going to give you analingus. I think I'm going to bite your rectum off.
I think the saddest part of that is, he was losing it, dude. You saw a man losing his mind.
Yeah, he was not.
It was
well.
really sad. Looking back, I'm like, we were laughing at that. Like
all of that. What was his name? Robin Givens, right? Mm-hmm. That's who he was married to. All that whole time, the young Tyson, there was so much going on. I know it's not going to be like a true account, but I really am looking forward to seeing this Tyson movie and seeing if they go into any of that like mindset.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, dude.
He's going to
do really good. He's going to do a really good. Now I think he's really, really stepping into fire right now, because when you have already done someone really, really, really well, Ray,
mm-hmm.
You've already done that. Now people are automatically going to compare it with that.
Probably, but I still think he can pull it off. It's going to be a matter of script. If the script is there, then he's going to do just fine.
And Ray's script was there. I think this is a more Jamie Foxx thing. Remember, he came up with the idea.
Yeah.
So he's kind of working. And
it's a passion project.
Exactly. And I'm worried.
Yeah, passion projects can go awry.
Dude, Ray was not. It was just a thing of, we have an amazing script. We just need someone who's able to nail down this part. The script was already ridiculous. And but I'll watch it because I just want to see what I would love to see. And I loved supporting Jamie Foxx, who really doesn't get the credit of how insanely talented he is. So I would like to support Mr. Fox. You know what his real name is?
Jamie Foxx's real name?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Eric Bishop.
Why would he go with Jamie Foxx?
Because he was doing stand-up and he realized that a lot of people were going up before him, and he realized if you had a lady's name, you get pulled up first. So he's like, I'll call myself Jamie Foxx. And it was a woman's name, and he got called up first. He's like, ha! And when he walked up there, the guy was like, what the? He's like, yeah, it's me. And so he just kept the stage name.
It's not a bad name.
Well, it is if you were not successful, people will be like, I could tell you why you weren't successful. Your name is Jamie Foxx. But since he became successful, yeah, and also a lot of it comes from him starting on A Living Color. It worked. His name worked perfectly for such a silly show. Jamie Foxx works perfect for A Living Color.
Looks good when it's like, and Jamie Foxx.
And Jamie Foxx. It was perfect for A Living Color with Wanda and all that crap. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, man. But yeah, hey, good job on the game. The only ones left are like, you already know, gorillas and lions and wolves. And you know that the wolf's a little high, but we always wonder who is the best rocker in Dan's brain, rock vocalist. And so I went out of my way last night to create a list of about 30. And before we start this list,
okay,
are there any names you need on this list? They don't have to be your favorite, but you at least want to know that they're on this list before I start.
Well, then that kind of gives away the game though, right?
No, don't give me your I already know I put your a few of your favorites on.
Then I don't want to touch this only because I'm curious what you've done for me.
All right, here we go. Now, mind you, we're going to start from I'm not going to tell you where we're going to start, but it's going to be just verses, and the people that make it at the end is going to be your favorite vocalist of all time.
Okay.
Rock vocalist. I took some of them out because I was like, that's like Prince. He's not a rock vocalist. All right, ready?
Go for it.
Jim Morrison versus Bruce Dickinson.
Ooh, well, I don't know who Bruce Dickinson is.
Dickinson.
You know, I do. Oh, that guy. Yes. Okay. Come on, man. Bruce Dickinson. Easy. Easy. Jim couldn't make it past 27. He was already like he was not good.
Okay. Bruce Dickinson versus Robert Plant.
I do love me some Led Zeppelin. Oh, God damn it, Steve. Okay. Before I answer this question.
Okay.
Are we talking heyday? Are we talking throughout their career? Where they are now?
However you want to judge it.
Because, okay.
Best vocalist. That might mean heyday. They might have gotten better in their later years. However you want to describe it.
Okay. I would say, I'm going to do it this way.
Okay.
I would say that if Bruce Dickinson and Robert Plant, you take them in their heydays, okay? They both have very powerful voices, but I think I'm going to go with Robert Plant.
Okay.
Because he has a better range.
Okay.
And he can hit notes a lot longer, and he was just a fucking rock dude. Like he had, I don't know if we're talking about style, but you know, you look in these Rolling Stone magazines, and he is the dude. He's got the open shirt, the flowy hair, and it looks like he's got like 4 socks rolled up in his pants. That's rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So in their heyday, I'm going Robert Plant. Older, Bruce Dickinson, because Bruce Dickinson never fell off, beat throat cancer, and still sounds like a G when he does in his 60s.
But like you're going Robert Plant.
But as heyday goes, Robert Plant.
Okay. Now, we understand that people are listening. You're during this thing. I'm not very familiar with all these people, but I know some of y'all are going to be losing your mind. So please, on Facebook, tell us what your list would look like.
Make it fun, you know?
Yeah, and be like, because I know that some of them are going to be like, I would have chosen them. Let's have fun with it.
Look at it this way. Do you really want to see yet another post from me on the community group? Just come on, add in.
Have fun,
you know?
And send me some R&B ones, and I'll tell you who I choose. Robert Plant versus Steve Perry.
Equally, very powerful voices.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm going Robert Plant.
Look at this guy!
I like Journey, and I do love some Steve Perry. And if I had to go do karaoke, I'm going Steve Perry over Robert Plant, but that's because of range.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go Robert Plant.
All right. Robert Plant versus David Bowie.
But Steve Perry sounds amazing. No, I'm sorry, who?
Robert Plant versus David Bowie.
Robert Plant.
Robert Plant versus Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell.
Oh, now that I did not see
Chris
coming.
Cornell was a badass dude. And he didn't have to just go
wow
all the time. Like he had a beautiful voice.
So you're taking Chris Cornell over David Bowie.
Yes.
That's amazing, Dan.
Yeah, I am.
I did not see him.
I was a big, but see, you got me on a bias because I really love Chris Cornell.
Which is fine, dude. That's totally, and the thing is, dude, I just didn't see him. I was going to go right past him because I was like, he's not unseating Robert Plant.
Let me say that one more time. Robert Plant versus Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
See, because then is it going to be a heyday thing again?
No, but if that's what your heart went with, keep Chris Cornell.
Yeah, Chris Cornell, but I like Led Zeppelin better than Soundgarden. I'm going Chris Cornell.
All right, there we go. Chris Cornell versus Elton John.
Oh, the vocal stylings are so different.
I know, but they are rock vocalists.
Yeah.
And I can hear Elton immediately, but that's me.
Elton's got a beautiful voice.
Yes, dude.
I know you don't have a lot of familiarity with Chris Cornell, but he had a beautiful voice.
Except for one song. I only know one song by him.
Spoon Man.
No.
Black Hole Sun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know why that song clicked with me. It had no business, considering what I was listening to at the time. Why would I even like that song? But man, I heard it and I said, man, there's some. And D'Angelo's version is amazing. But anyway, go ahead.
Stop it. I love D'Angelo, but stop it.
Oh,
the same thing with your whole Hotel California bullshit.
D'Angelo's kind of different than Al B.
Yeah. I'll be sure not to listen to either of those, actually.
Boy, I tell you, man.
I used the joke twice in 2 weeks.
You did.
Okay, so let's see. Wow. Okay, I think I'm going to go Elton.
Oh, my goodness. So you're putting Elton above Robert Plant.
Fucker, you're doing this to me. You're not, I don't know if I am. Like, I feel like I need to see this in some kind of
This is why I loved making this list.
I feel like this needs to be one of those like March Madness charts.
This was so fun.
I
imagined this happening.
Man, I don't know. God damn it, that's hard. Well, Chris Cornell has to go out of it. So it's going to be between Robert Plant and Elton John. But you're not giving me that. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, by your game,
all right,
I have chosen Elton John over. But I don't know if I would if you would have put the two together. See, I don't know. There's something going on here. Where
it's just saying who's better than. And
I guess
by logic, that means they're better than. Okay,
I guess. But I think that we should take the victors of this game and then put them against the victors. You know what I'm saying? Like this winner against this winner, and then see who wins. That would be the final.
It would have to be a different genre.
No, it would not have to be a genre because it's like, okay, well now you've got Robert Plant and you've got Elton John. Who wins there? That's how you get the final victor, right?
But technically, logically, it should automatically be, since they beat them and they beat them and they beat them, that person's number one.
I'm finding fault in this game, but let's go on.
All right. Elton John versus Pat Benatar.
I love Pat Benatar.
I know you do.
I fucking love Pat Benatar. She's coming to the Vino Robles Theater.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
And John Wade is opening up, and I think I might go. You know who John Wade is?
I do not.
I ain't missing you at all.
Oh, I like that song.
We should go. Let's take the girls.
But I only know that song.
So we can hang out under the stars, and then we can do the what's that light? The Field of Lights or whatever on the way home.
It's gone. They're not bringing it back. It made it stop in Paso.
Okay. Well, still we could
we
make
walk
a day.
The streets.
We can make a nice little night out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know any more Pat Benatar songs either.
I know a shit ton of them, but who are we in? It's Elton John versus
Elton John. Pat Benatar.
It's Elton John.
Elton John, Steven Tyler.
All right, so now we got this is challenging because I'm not the biggest Steven Tyler fan. Okay, as in Aerosmith.
Yes.
However, he's a fucking powerhouse of a singer.
Yes, he is. To this day,
you cannot deny that he is an amazing singer.
He can do "Love in an Elevator" right now, and it'd be like, that's a good rendition.
Yeah. And Elton John has to tone everything down now.
Sure does.
So now we're spanning careers. So if should I have given
and Elton tones like he's talking about, when are you gonna come down?
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
That is not that song.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. So goodbye, yellow road.
I know. Only one singing the blue. I'm like, no, sir.
La 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 la.
I feel like, did we get the Tony the Tiger to sing the song?
Crocodile Rock. Okay, you know what? Steven Tyler.
Woo!
Steven Tyler by a long shot because he's still got the chops. He's a 70-something-year-old man, sings his ass off.
That is amazing. That's awesome, dude. Steven Tyler, Paul McCartney.
Oh, Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler, Janis Joplin.
Steven Tyler, but I'm not a massive fan. Like, it's not that I'm not a massive fan of her. I'm not. I don't know a lot of her songs. I know a few.
Understandable.
I know a few. Bobby McGee, Piece of My Heart. And then after that, that's pretty much about it.
Okay. Steven Tyler, Johnny Cash.
Come on, dude. Really?
Okay.
Who am I going with?
Steven Tyler.
Exactly.
Steven Tyler, Roger Daltrey.
I'm going to go with Steven Tyler. Daltrey could sing his ass off too, but Tyler has more range, and I don't think Roger Daltrey still sounds like that.
Perfect. Steven Tyler, Brad Delp.
How the hell is Steven Tyler winning right now? That's crazy.
I know.
Because by definition, I've just said that by your definition of your game, I've just said that Steven Tyler is better
than Robert Plant, Chris Cornell.
Yeah. See, this is not working. We need to have a second part to this.
Here, what I'm saying is this is what you're choosing.
These guys are going into the finals is what it is, Steve. That's what it is. They're going into the finals, and then I have to
not stomach this situation.
It's not a fair game because you're giving me two people and you're going to compare these two, but I'm not comparing the one that wins with the one that won from another.
But here's the thing. I'm not asking you to compare two people. I'm asking you to compare one person to everyone, which is what you're doing. You are comparing one person over everyone. If I was
maybe your game is smarter than me, but to me, it feels like it's missing something. I'm not critiquing the game. I'm saying
I know because it's making you making you make unfortunate choices.
But you haven't brought up like my favorite singer of all time.
Okay.
Well, maybe not of all time, but what I'm saying is if you would have put them into some, no, because Steven Tyler's still running, huh? I don't know why I'm confused with this game a little bit, but let's. I still think we could fine tune it, but let's go on.
Steven Tyler versus Brad Delp, and you already know what.
How would they sound now?
Huh?
Let's put them together. How they would sound now? You'd still have "Love in an Elevator," but then you'd have.
That's mean. I'm not doing that.
And then all that hibachi smoke is not going to be good for the vocal cords.
I'm not doing this, Dan.
It's okay. I will. Well, I will say that I enjoy Brad Delp more than Steven Tyler, but Steven Tyler is no slouch. Okay. And if I do this before I lock it in, Brad might lose out. Because I already know who you're going to throw in. I already know where this is going. It's Steve Hudson we're talking about. I know exactly who the person is that's going to end up at the top. I know it.
I know who's going to end up at the top for you.
I know who you are going to put up at the top. I already know where this is going.
Because
he hasn't been mentioned yet. And you talk about him all the time.
But I know who you're going to put at the top of this list.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not. Fuck, Brad's good.
He's probably anyway.
I don't know if Brad would still be good though if he was alive.
We're talking about you. I remember I said you can vote any way you want, heyday or however.
I'm giving it to Steven Tyler. God damn it. Damn you, Steven.
Tyler.
Yeah. I don't even know if I feel right about it, but since he's still around, I will always put on a Boston album before Aerosmith. But if I have to line them up with longevity and range, Steven's going to win.
Understandable. You already know what I think of Brad Delp.
I love Brad Delp.
Do you love Brad Delp?
I do.
I don't know, man. You kind of cheated on him just now.
And I think I might like more. Oh, God. Do I like more Aerosmith songs than I like? Because I don't really like Aerosmith that much, but I would be lying to you if I said they don't have some good songs.
Is there an album for you? There's an Aerosmith album.
There's no perfect album of Aerosmith, whereas
there's a perfect Boston album.
There's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that album whatsoever. In fact, it's still better than most albums that come out.
Absolutely, and it's not a question.
Yeah, not even a question.
Perfect, bro.
But that's about songwriting and melodies and
Brad's harmony,
radio play, harmonies, all of that stuff. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, but after that, we had some Some
I could
clunkers.
still listen to it's not my competition.
I know.
You go.
Technically, I'm going to go with Steven Tyler.
Okay, there it is.
But I don't feel right about it.
Understandable. Steven Tyler, Elvis Presley.
Oh, Steven Tyler.
Wow.
Like,
Steven.
there's no question.
Okay. Steven Tyler, Bruce Springsteen.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler, Don Henley.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler, Mike Patton.
We're done. Mike Patton. Come on.
Okay, done.
Go ahead. Ask the question you want to ask.
No. It's not happening. Mike Patton, Bob Seger.
Mike Patton versus Bob Seger?
Yes.
Yeah. Bob Seger. No, I'm just kidding. Mike Patton.
Mike Patton, Eddie Vedder.
Mike Patton.
Mike Patton, Billy Joel.
Mike Patton.
Mike Patton, Stevie Nicks.
Oh God, Mike Patton.
I love Stevie Nicks.
I love Stevie Nicks too, but you're comparing her to Mike Patton.
Now this is where the fun happens.
Uh-huh.
This last one.
I already know what you're going to ask me. It's Mike Patton.
You're Mike Patton, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, see? This game was predictable.
That's fair.
Mike fucking Patton.
There we go. Mike Patton is your favorite rock vocalist of all time.
Yeah, you're right.
That's easy.
You're right.
There we
100%.
go. And it
But
actually came out
You
perfectly.
left out a very good one where I would really... I think it would only win with longevity. See, here's the thing. I'm going to throw in one, okay?
Yeah.
Lane Staley of Alice in Chains. Amazing, beautiful voice.
Yes.
Raspy, beautiful, powerful, loud, soft. We left out Brandon Boyd of Incubus. But then again, I would have to say he's a Patton ripoff. So let's take him back out again.
Oof.
No,
Ladies
it's
and
just, okay, ripoff's bad. He's not, he's a very,
it's too
very
late.
talented.
It's going viral.
It's okay. We had like 10 people listen. I think that Brandon Boyd has a beautiful voice, but it's all about range with Patton. But on the flip side, Patton's now in his 50s and he's kind of losing it a little bit. He hasn't done the tone down thing yet, but it's not, he's just not, his material that he's selecting to like record and stuff, it's just kind of like half-assed. And I think a lot of his fans agree. So see, there's little factors in there. Lane Staley couldn't get off the needle and we lost him in 95. So I guess by default, Patton wins.
Yeah, and that's so it all came out perfectly. Mike Patton is your favorite vocal, and that's fun because now it was a fun march. That's why I put him further up because I'm like, no, because all it's going to be is Mike Patton all the way up. So I'm like, let me put him further up to make it fun. It's
the thing is like I can actually, I prefer to listen to some other singers other than Patton a lot of times because Patton's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You have like 1989 Faith No More where he sounds like he's like a pop singer. Voice is super high. It's beautiful, but it's a completely different voice than the next album in 92 where it was called Faith No More's Angel Dust, where he found himself and he started experimenting and growling and screaming and all that kind of shit. And then you throw in Mr. Bungle, which is a whole other thing. He's just all over the place. And I know I've talked about him, ad nauseum, but then you throw in like Mondokan, which is his Italian orchestra. He's just all over the place. So that's why he wins with me.
Okay. I think everyone has their own way of rating.
Yeah.
So that was fun, man. You did a great job.
Thanks, buddy.
And that is it, man. We are done.
Was that it?
That's it.
Clocked in at an hour and 30. Yeah, I think, you know what? It's going to have to be this way. And before we go, Steve, can I make a little announcement?
Boom, 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 boom. Yep.
Bring it. I like that. You gave me some fanfare. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be back anymore. This is our last show that we are doing, and I want to save that until the very end. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do a show next week. I'm just far too busy. I have it's graduation season. There's graduation parties and such. And I have a very big week ahead of me with work and my beautiful daughter's graduation party. So I just don't have the time for it, guys. And I don't want to do a half-ass show where it's just, I feel like rushed. You know what I'm saying? So we will be back in a week, taking the week off. We hope you have a fantastic week. And you still might get some Patreon stuff though. And by the way, you're going to have 2 episodes dropping this weekend. So lucky you. All right, Steve, do your thing.
I love y'all. I had a great time. Again, if you have any R&B joints you want to send my way versus, I will gladly pick the best R&B vocalist of all. Not in my opinion, the absolute best R&B vocalist of all time. I love you guys. Peace.
And I love you too. Don't forget it for a second. There's all kinds of love coming through this microphone right now. You feel that tickle in your ear? That's love, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dan. That is Steve. Again, we will be back in a week. Okay, we're taking next week off. We are the heroes of noise. People, be good to yourselves. Be good to the people around you. Peace.